Hey, party people, we are live. What's
What's
going on,
going
man?
on? Not much, man.
Hey,
Not much, man. Bringing back this old stuff. What we gonna be talking about today?
yeah,
Wow, man. I just remember the turmoil and the stuff that was going on, and to me, some of the reasons why he actually created this song, man. It was really, really real back that at that time.
yeah.
So I'm gonna let you go
Hey,
ahead and kick it off, man. My bad.
hey, party people. Hey, the song we're talking about is "Sign of the Times" by Prince, and yeah, it's got a lot to it. That
A lot
there
to
was a
unpack.
lot going on when it came out in
Yeah,
1986. It
yeah.
actually was recorded in '86, but then it came out in '87. He released it, and under the Paisley Park Warner Brothers um, label. And one thing that I found in research, this was the time that this is when he and Warner Brothers really started butting heads.
Yeah.
Um, he originally wanted this to be a triple album, and they said no. So
Yeah.
because of that, another album was put out called Crystal Ball,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, this started some things. They were trying to stifle his creativity, and
Mm-hmm.
he was a music producing machine. Okay,
Yeah. Yep.
so um,
Yeah.
what you
The whole
got, man?
well, back then there was a lot of tensions that were going on, man, and 86 was when the Challenger went down, wasn't it? When that I
Yes, it
think that was about
was.
the time. But there
Yeah.
was a bigger issue that kicked off, man, and I'm gonna share that with you after we show the video
All right.
because to me he didn't actually put this in here as far as talking about it, in the actual song, but it plays a intricate part. I have to say it probably had a big what would I say, something heavy on his heart. So
Hmm.
go ahead and
All
play
right.
it, man, and then I'll share it with you on the other side.
All right. Here you go, guys.
It's a good looking video, brother.
Yeah.
Fat skinny man died of a big disease in Little May. By chance his girlfriend came across a needle and soon she did say, at home there's 17-year-old boys and they're active fun. Being in a gang called the Disciples, high on crack, told no machine gun. Times, times. Hurricane had ripped the ceiling off a church and killed everyone inside. You turn on the channel and every other story is telling you somebody died. My sister killed her baby cause she couldn't afford to feed it and was sending people to the moon. September my cousin tried to reach me for the very first time. Now he's doing horse. It's June. Times, times. Silly no, when the rocket ship explodes, everybody still wants to fly. But some say man ain't happy truly until he truly dies. Oh, why long times. Baby, make a speech, Star Wars fly, neighbors just shining home. But if a night falls and a bomb falls, will anybody see the dawn? Silly no, rocket ship explodes. Everybody still wants to fly. Some say man ain't happy truly
Dope.
All right.
So, not that this was in relation, but it was indirectly. Let me read this to you, man. You
Okay.
probably don't know anything about this. On the evening of May 13, 1985, a long-standing tension between the MOVE, a black liberation group, and the Philadelphia Police Department erupted horrifically. That night, the city of Philadelphia dropped a satchel bomb, a demolition device typically used in combat, laced with Tovec and C4 explosives on the MOVE organization, who were living in a West Philadelphia row home known to be occupied by men, women, and children. It went up in an unextinguishable flames. 11 people were killed, including 5 children and the founder of the organization. 61 homes were destroyed, and more than 250 civilians were left homeless. Man,
Wow.
if this didn't play a part in some of the thoughts that he was at, man, I mean, the disparity that was going on. We were in the Cold War. I mean, this song, man, it just speaks volumes. I'm sitting
Yeah.
here, listening to it again. I'm like, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. You remember AIDS, man?
Yeah.
We thought it was kind of like COVID, man. Oh, it ain't no
Uh,
real big deal. And then it exploded,
okay.
you know.
Okay. Yeah.
So Prince was he was just reflecting on the social events that were going on, you know,
Exactly.
and a woman can't afford to take care of her child, but yet we were sending people to the moon with the irony, man. The irony
Okay.
behind that's crazy
All
and
right.
stuff. So, yeah, man. When you said you wanted to hear this or talk about this, man, I mean, it just brought back all that stuff. He just encouraged listeners to confront the harsh realities of the world and around us at that time. And there
You
was a
know,
lot going on.
and a part of that, which I didn't know until doing some research, I didn't realize. Oh, I knew that he had been big in religion.
Yeah.
He was that was the Bible has always been something that,
Mm-hmm.
as much as you hear him say things or metaphorically allude to things that aren't necessarily biblical
On a
related.
sexual tip, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But the man was really big into religion. So before he
hugely,
was into, Jehovah's Witnesses,
yeah.
he was a Seventh Day Adventist. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what he grew up, what his parents were when he grew up. So something that I thought was kind of funky is that, how with Jehovah Witnesses, they have the Watchtower and Awake
Okay,
magazines. Well,
okay.
Sign of the Times was actually the name of a magazine that the Seventh Day Adventists had.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where the inspiration of the song came from, which the song is really speaking about the sign of the times, things that are happening at that time, between, drug abuse and talking about the rocket ship. It's silly that somebody wants to still continue to try to go to space after, the
We got all these
Challenger
problems.
exploded in
We got all
86.
these
Okay.
problems. Yeah, yeah.
All these different things. So
Hmm.
Sign of the Times was a very fitting name for the song.
Yeah.
And ironically, he wrote the song on a Sunday.
On that Sunday. Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep.
one of the engineers that was really well known for working with them, her name was Susan Rogers, and she mentioned
Yeah.
that a
Yep.
lot of times he would write he would do music that were, very contemplative songs that he would
Was
write on Sundays. It was
was
it
that his
was
sister? Was that his
no,
sister?
no, no.
Wasn't?
She
Okay.
wasn't related to
Rogers.
him.
I thought
Yeah,
Prince Nelson
I
Rogers.
know. I
Yeah.
thought about that too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so I thought it was very interesting to find that out you know, uh, and also, so Warner Brothers basically were stifling him, and that's where the big thing started. Eventually, you started seeing him write the name "slave" on his face. Well,
Oh yeah.
this was the the
This
the
was the joint
seed
that
that
kicked it off.
that
Yeah.
started it,
Right.
and they didn't want him to put out as much material. And I think we spoke about this before,
Mm-hmm.
where he this was supposed to be a triple album. They stopped him from doing that. They said, nah. So
Mm-hmm.
because of that, then of course, he had grooves and grooves up on the shelf.
On the
So
shelf. Yeah.
he ended up saying, okay, well, this will be a double album. which we were all,
I
going
remember when he
crazy.
came out. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
so
remember.
after that, though, he ended up, at some point, he ended up releasing Crystal Ball, which was like a triple disc set.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so some of these songs, that would have been on this album, on Sign of the Times, ended up being on Crystal Ball. So a lot was,
Lot to
was
unpack.
going on with
But yeah,
this.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Lot of stuff going on with everything at that time.
mhm.
Just us growing up, man. You and me were juniors and stuff, man, and you and me had obviously different experiences, growing up. But yeah, they were coming to a head right about that time.
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
tell you a whole bunch of fun stuff, but I ain't trying to do all that tonight about all that stuff. But yeah, so
Yes, sir.
people, let us know if you guys like the back history on some of the stuff that we talk about, because I find it interesting, but I want to know if you guys find it interesting too, because are
Yeah.
we just running our mouths off? You know,
I think some of them, not to speak for everybody, but I feel like there are those of our, those viewers that are checking us out, and they add some information that we didn't know,
Yeah, they
in
do.
the
Yeah,
commentary. So,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
hope that, we're giving them something that they didn't know, and it's
Giving them something they
appreciated,
can feel. Yeah, most
Yeah.
definitely. That's all I
So
got, my brother.
that's all I
That's all.
got too.
Yeah,
So thanks for checking us out, guys.
yeah,
Appreciate you.
yep,
And I'll say it all the time. We appreciate you. All
yeah,
right. Keep on coming back and liking, subscribing, sharing,
most
um,
definitely.
and hit that notification bell so that you know when we put out something new.
Most
All
definitely.
right.
All right, man.
All right. Peace,
Peace.
y'all.